You're on YouTube, we record on YouTube. Say hi.
We'll be just sharing it like.
I yell when we first come on, so put your ears on and hold on.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah. Ow! This is the S to the K to the double E to the T to the E to the R. Sitting here with the G to the Q, and I'm sitting here with Miss Monica and Mr. Kye, and we're in the house, and we are fired up. Hello, somebody.
Did he scare y'all?
Ow!
I saw you jump.
She did jump. She jumped and he jumped. And the nurse jumped.
Hey, Eddie. Hello, Radio Land. You know who we are. This is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community on AM 990 KWAM. And we're back. It's Saturday evening, and it's a beautiful day in Memphis, Tennessee. Before I begin, I would just like to tell you about the Unleashed Voice radio show. This is our brick to reaching a broader audience and to build a better society that is void of discrimination, prejudice, and inequality. It is our hopes that some of the information we present or presented while on the air will cause you to ask more relevant questions about the world around you. And today, our show is about what's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? So before we get into what's the tea, we have a little segment where we do what's on your mind. What's on your mind, son?
Let's talk about race in America.
Oh, you damn.
I know. But let's talk about Black Lives Mattering in the face of police in America. It's a hard topic to discuss, but we have to do it. Until we sit down and talk about race matters in America, we're going to continue to have these issues within the police, within the lending industries, within the housing lending, all the above. Race matters in America. It matters that you're a black woman in America, a black man, a black transgender, a white transgender, all the above. Race matters in America. You are judged by your race when you walk through the door. You can say you're not, we're not, but it is what it is. So we have to talk about, get the stereotypes out, the biases, our issues, deal with it so we can move on and try to prevent some of these senseless killings in America because it is getting ridiculous. And I'm very disappointed in Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know all the particulars, but by the video, I'm very disappointed. I'm moved, I'm disturbed, I'm embarrassed, but it's still hope, but race matters in America, and that is what's on my mind.
Well, I think Charleston, South Carolina handled it very expeditiously. They went in after they got the videotape, of course, because at first they could only believe what was reported. Mm-hmm. So when more evidence were presented, I think they handled it well, better than Ferguson, Missouri. And some of these other cities, they went in and they swiftly charged him, they fired him, and they made a public apology. Better than some of the other. I think they learned from what happened, and I don't think they want their town destroyed and burned down and with all the rioting, because it is. But you know, right after that, it was some more incidents. Mm-hmm. And I also think that it has to do with, I always had this phrase when I ask people that work with me, did this job choose you or you chose the job? Mm-hmm. And I think that makes the difference when people enter into law enforcement. It takes a special person to work in law enforcement. It takes a special person. Everybody can't work in law enforcement, even though they get hired. That job is not for everybody. You know, you want to see the integrity of a person, give them some power. Give them some power. You will see a lot about a person, and also give them the authority over you and the ability to make decisions and render discretion. You will find out a lot about a person when they have that kind of power. So I know those types of jobs are not for everybody, and it's showing up in the fashion with the way that force is being used. And they try to justify it, but in some instances, you can't justify it. I'm so happy that there was a videotape, and my heart went out for the family of the victim. I saw the shooting, and I didn't think it was real. Did you all see it?
I saw it, yes.
Yeah,
Feel free to chime in.
Yes.
Feel free to chime in. It was disheartening to see you looking at somebody getting killed.
I feel like they didn't have a choice, but
Turn the mic to me.
I feel like they didn't have a choice but to respond the way they did because of the videotape. You know, like you said, Ferguson, they felt like they learned from Ferguson, but I think they just didn't have a choice because the video was apparent. You know what happened.
Yeah, I think, but for the video, he would have walked.
Yeah,
he would have walked.
Right.
He would have walked. And what was so incriminating for this officer was that you can see on the video where he go back, pick up the taser, walk over, and drop it by the man. And one thing that the police chief said that I really, really liked, but they did not even do life-saving measures on the man, on the ground. No kind of CPR, anything. After, you know, he was rendered incapacitated. So I think that's one of the things, the training that he pointed out that disturbed him. They just handcuffed the guy and patted him down. You trying to make time in the back?
Well, you keep in mind, he hadn't gone to court yet, so we have proven him guilty before his trial. So,
well, I said that the other day.
So you know,
you play on the fence. You
no, I'm just saying that, you know, I'm very angry, but he hadn't gone to trial yet. He hadn't had a case yet. His due process.
Okay.
So
we
shall see.
I think this right here is going to be the measure of people tolerance. If this guy walk, I think it's going. That's the tipping point right here.
I agree.
Because the last one with the guy that I can't breathe incident, that was almost a tipping point. And then Mike Brown set off a firestorm. This one here, okay, y'all can do it if you want to. I wouldn't want to be in that city in Charleston.
All right. Well, we have a great show today. We're going to talk about what's the T. The TEA? We're going to find out, Miss Monica, top or bottom.
Whatsoever do you mean?
You kissed a girl before?
No.
My mama has.
Oh, okay.
Well, y'all want to introduce yourself before we go on break? I have this lovely lady sitting beside me. What's your name, ma'am?
Peaches. Oh, you mean my legal name? Oh, I'm Monica Lusk.
Anything else?
Who is Peaches?
Me. Today's Saturday. On Saturdays, I'm Peaches.
What? Lord have mercy. Sir, what's your name? This lady crazy.
Kye Sheely. Yeah. And,
Anything else you want to tell us?
I'm 39 and started transitioning about 5 years ago.
You're a bachelor?
Yes.
Uh-oh. You single and ready to mingle, Miss Monica?
Yes.
All right. Hey, if you want to see our guests, you can go on www.relationshipunleashed.com. Come on in the studio and watch two eligible, what we call them, a bachelor and a bachelorette we got right here.
Peaches.
Beautiful.
Peaches.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And one likes to be called a fruit.
You know, they say it's the Georgia peach, but you ain't had it till you had that down south peach.
The number is 901-260-5926. 901-260-5926. We are the Unleashed Voice, and we're going to find out what is the T in LGBTQ.
As soon as we come back from this commercial break. Don't change that dial. Stay with us, the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community. AM 990, Talk Radio.
Peaches.
Huh?